In this video, we're going to look at the graphing function of the Outback MATE3, and this is for the FM80 charge controller, the FXR inverter, and the FNDC. So you can use one of the hotkeys up at the top here. This one is for charge controller, and then hit the graph button. And we're going to see different functions here. This is for the output, as far as the wattage output of the charge controller. It's been snowy here for the past few days, so we really haven't had too much power. You'll notice it only covers about 2 days of time. Then here is the battery voltage. This battery voltage is going to be reasonably accurate, but not super accurate. And then finally the PV input voltage, and it's going to change depending on the light conditions and also the mode of the charge controller. And then you're going to hit back from here and back again. Now the second hot button is going to bring you to FlexNet DC graph, and you can see again there's the battery voltage. This is usually more accurate, but still should be confirmed as far as how the battery voltage goes. And then of course the state of charge. Again, the state of charge is not super accurate over time. It really depends on the state of your batteries, and it's a guide, but you're going to want to compare the state of charge versus the voltage at several times and get an idea of the accuracy of the state of charge. Notice the state of charge does reset to 100 if the settings are met in the FNDC. Then of course you've got the shunt and how much current is going to be, the negative or positive. So positive would be charging the batteries and negative would be discharging the batteries. On this system, we only have shunt A enabled. You might have shunt B and C if you have that as well. Back to the battery voltage. And then here, the third one is for the inverter. And then graph again. And here's the inverter, and this is the output power in kilowatts. So we really haven't used much power. You can see we used a little bit today. Normally this would be filled in with all your power usage, but as this is a test system, we really don't use that much power. And then next, graph next would be the charge as far as how much power is coming from the generator or town power and charging the batteries. And this system, there'd be none right now. And then now this is how much power is coming from town power generator into the inverter, and then it's being split off, some going to power your loads, and then others going down to charge the batteries. So that's the total amount coming there. And then sell, this is if you're selling back to the power grid, and the 12-volt systems aren't able to do that. Some of the other inverters are. And then back to the battery. Now, notice it says port here. If you have more than one of each device connected to the hub, and then to, of course, the MATE3 through the hub, you can access each of them individually by pushing the port button. So each charge controller and inverter will have a port number. This system only has one inverter and one charge controller. And then you'll be able to see different data as far as, different configurations of the inverter. If they're in 3-phase or slave or master configuration, they're going to have different power outputs per each unit. And that'll give you some valuable data to look at as well.